back, relax, and maybe get yourself a snack. Me and you gonna have a little chat about books. Hey guys, so I am here today to talk to you about 4 novellas that I recently read, and I will also be talking about a giveaway which is open to people who live in the UK, the US or Canada. So if you live in any of those countries, definitely watch until the end of the video to hear about the giveaway. But first I'm going to review the series, and the series I'm talking about is the Tales of Captain Duke series, and this is written by Rebecce Diem, and she sent these books to me for review, and she sent them in a wonderful box of different swag and awesome things. I think I did a video where I unboxed it. If I can find that, I'll link it for you so you can see. But it was filled with all sorts of goodies, the books themselves and bookmarks and different swag and signed things. It was just really, really great as a selection box. So I really, really think this giveaway is worth it. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about the books as well so that you're interested. So starting with the first one in the series, which is this one, The Stowaway Debutante. In this series, we follow Clara, a young woman who is born into nobility. She is a debutante and she is currently at the point where she's about to get married. She's had a fiancé for a while. However, when we pick up the story, she is on an airship and she is in hiding, trying to escape from her life as she knows it, because something has come to light that is quite horrendous about her partner and she doesn't want to be with him. So that's where the story begins. We follow her on this airship as she's trying to escape. The crew, in fact, don't even know she's on the ship, hence the title Stowaway. And unfortunately for her, or maybe fortunately, the ship she's on suddenly gets invaded by pirates and taken over. However, she manages to impress the pirates and actually get accepted onto their crew instead, and that's where the real series begins, because we follow the crew and the pirates as they kind of adopt her and take her under their wing, and as she kind of reciprocates their help and shows them some of the things that she can do. And it's kind of a really fun sort of pirate, airship, steampunk adventure all rolled into one. I definitely think that this series kind of harks back to Gail Carriger's series and also to general sort of steampunk series. I think there's a lot of that in here. However, I didn't think it was quite as developed as those series because it is so incredibly short. As you can see, it's a tiny, tiny, weeny little novella. So I was very happy that I had the rest of the series because whilst I was reading this, I feel like this is mainly an introduction to the series. It doesn't really draw you in as much as you hope because it's just a setup. It kind of gives you a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of insight into the characters, but it leaves you with a lot of mysteries, and I definitely wanted to know what was going to happen next once I finished this. So I gave this 3 stars, and then I immediately went straight on to the second book, From Haven to Hell. This one is a little bit more interesting than the first one in terms of plot, but the characters remain the same and we get to learn a lot more about them and kind of find out a bit more about their intentions and who they are as people. I feel like the characters started to really be defined in this series from this book onwards because we really got a chance to know them through their actions and the way that they behaved once they were a crew and they were kind of living together in close quarters. Obviously everyone gets in each other's spaces and we find out a bit more about how they react to certain scenarios, and I thought that was really good. We have a pretty dangerous situation in this one where an ambush on a pirate ship on another ship goes pretty wrong for the pirates, and it leads to some pretty catastrophic stuff happening not only to them on their pirate ship but also to the place that they call home. So I really enjoyed this one. I definitely think it was a slight upgrade from the first one in terms of development and just a little bit more interest as a story. I gave this one a 3.5 and I certainly would recommend the series. The third book in the series is A Gentleman and a Scholar, and this one is definitely, again, continuing the theme of getting deeper into the characters. We find out a bit more about their secrets in this one because up until this point we've kind of had hints at why Clara ran away and also at who Captain Duke really is, but we don't exactly know for sure, and so finding out a bit more about their backstories and kind of why they have been doing all the things they have been and how they got into the situation where we initially met the two of them was really, really good, and the relationships are developing and becoming more and more intense and strong in this book. Both friendships and loving relationships are developing, and I think it's a really, really good kind of advancement of the series. Again, I gave this a 3 stars, really likeable, easy read, and definitely one that I would recommend. And then the final book in the series currently is this one, Of Tempests and Teacups, and this one kind of wraps up the story pretty well. It finalises and kind of completes everything that we found out in book number 3, and book number 3 ends on a pretty big cliffhanger, so I was really glad I had book 4 to start straight away, because if I hadn't I'd have been a bit annoyed, I must admit. It's definitely a bit of a cliffhanger. So going straight into this was good. Found that I was connected to the characters more by this point. I was a bit more emotionally invested in their stories and kind of wanted to know a bit more about them and how they were going to deal with things that were coming their way. I really liked that about them, so I found more of a connection in this book than I think any of the others, because it's been built upon. By this point we actually really care about them. So I gave this one a 3.5 stars. I think it wrapped up the story really nicely, and I definitely found that there's potential for more, but also it was a good closing point. So I really liked all of them, in fact, and here is how you can win these 4 books and kind of different swag and bookmarks and things like that if you live in the UK, Canada or the US. So in order to win, what I need you to do is to enter down below by telling me your favourite name for an airship. Let's go with that. I think that seems like a good way to choose a comment. Let me know your favourite name of an airship. It can be a made up one or one that you've read in a story, whatever you like, I don't mind. But let me know that you want to enter by telling me your favourite name of an airship, and also let me know which country you are based in and how I can contact you. Either put a Twitter link or let me know your email, something like that, so that I'll be able to contact you. In order for you to win, you need to live in the UK, Canada or the USA, and you need to be happy to give me your address if I select you as the winner, and then for me to pass that address over to the author, Rebecce Diem, who will send out your box directly to you and ship it over to you. I will announce the winner in a week's time. I'll put the date on the screen, and I'll do so in a video. So I shall see you then. If you're interested in picking up this series, I will link the Twitter and the website down below of the author, so you can go and find them as well. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys!
Thank you for watching my video today. Go pick up a book, then come back and chat with me again.